Hello fellow tube surfers, this is Bubba Drew, and today I am back with another vlog type video. Or at least something that can be considered as a vlog, I guess. But yeah, me and my dad went to a toy show recently and bought up some really interesting die-cast and toy vehicles. Now, I don't know if I've said this before, but I am an avid fanatic when it comes to this kind of subject. There's a lot of really cool ones that I collect, and yeah, without any further detail into that, I'm going to showcase first what my dad found. These are all loose, as you can see. They don't have packages or anything like that. But yeah, let's start the showcasing. These are all of them together, by the way. Now, this right here, this thing is the cream of the crop as far as his finds are concerned. This is excuse me. This car is called Second Wind. It is pretty much a Mach 5 knockoff. Heck, you could call it the Knock 5 if you want. But of course, you know, it was such a famous TV car that I assume Mattel had to produce it in some way. So I guess they made their own version of it. I gotta say, it's really cool. Ooh! But one other thing. Red lines. Let that sink in. Up next, my voice went. Up next is the Blue Shark. This is a Matchbox model. It is actually based off of another Matchbox casting, only the other one is red and has fans in the back. This one doesn't. See, it's got all the exhaust pipes over there, the motor, the driver, most importantly. And yeah, overall, I think it's a pretty cool casting. Put that back. This one right here, this crazy orange looking thing is called Vantastic. It's based off of the Boss Mustang casting from the 70s, even though it's not really a Boss Mustang. It's like a 70s Mach 1 Mustang almost. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, you got that crazy exposed engine going on there and a white chassis. Here is another one of the creams of the crop that Dad got. This is the Large Charge Chrome, as you can see. Also in red lines. I let my finger. But yeah, it's a super cool one. I believe it's based off of a Nova Sterling, but I stand corrected. Over here is my favorite. It is the Renault 17TL. Really cool 70s era hatchback looking thing. That's the one thing I really liked about Matchbox and Hot Wheels of like this era. There were a lot of cars that were depicted that weren't exactly common in everyday life. But anyways, moving on, we got the Mercedes 360L, I believe it's called. 350 SL, yeah. I'm not good with numbers. But yeah, it's a really, really cool convertible. We had it in the package, but of course, it's, well, we took it out. But overall, I think it's worth it. Look at that front end. You see the three-pointed star? Alright, and then last but certainly not least is the Blaze Buster. It's a fire truck, as you can see. Kind of got that weird, angular 1970s, 1980s sci-fi look to it. I remember having one of these as a kid, actually. Even though I wasn't born in this era of Matchbox. But I still enjoyed it when I was younger. Still really cool. Alright, well, that's all of Dad's finds. I think it is ready to move on to mine. Alright, change of set. These are my loose finds. Now, first off is this beauty right here. This is a Lincoln Continental from 1975. My dad really likes this one. Yeah, it's a Tomica. I don't know if any of you people out there have heard of it, but it's a Japanese brand. Still going strong today, but their models back in the early 70s throughout the 80s were some of their best. On the topic of Tomica, we have this Bugatti Royale right here. There's some crazy, unexplainable moving going on in the background, so if you can hear that. But yeah, this is a really cool one, but unfortunately it doesn't roll as good as, say, the Lincoln Continental, mainly because it's got a plastic chassis. But overall, it's a super cool casting, one of the thinnest I have, as far as width, that is. Moving on, we have the 1951 Chevrolet by Ertl. Now, I have a suspicion that the headlights are painted in, but overall, it's a super cool car. That green is definitely interesting for that. Kind of reminds me of the cars you see in Cuba, actually. Especially with those wheels. Oh! Thank you, Mysterious Force. Then there's this. It's a Playart Fiat Dino Coupe. Now, Playart is one of those off-brand type of manufacturers like Xilemex and Yatming. But overall, it's a really cool and unique casting. The Fiat Dino isn't very well known in America. Anyways, this right here is a Johnny Lightning Plymouth Fury 2. It is decorated up like a demolition derby car, which I think is just super cool. That isn't exactly a common subject with die-cast vehicles. Going back into the world of Tomica is this little Mitsubishi Jeep, as you can see. Now, for those of you who are thinking, what? Mitsubishi made a Jeep? Yes, they did. It's essentially the same as a Jeep CJ7 or CJ5, but manufactured under license by Mitsubishi. This particular casting of it is super cool, and when I saw it, I had to have it. It's really, really cool. Over here, we got some Matchbox. This right here is the Isuzu Amigo. Pretty cool little semi-pickup, I guess you could say. And semi, I mean, like, it's not quite a pickup, but it's not quite a SUV. Got the spare tire at the back there. I'm not quite a fan of those pink stripes, though. It's the only downside. And over here, we have the Saab 9000 Turbo. This is another really unique casting. It's another one that I saw that was kind of buried. And it blended in with a lot of the other Matchbox, but when I saw what it was, it's just like, yoink, I got it. The only criticism is the yellow windows. I don't think that is very good looking. But it is a Saab, and that is unique. So yeah. Alright, so moving on to some of the other finds. These are all in the package. First, we have this thing right here. This awesome set. This awesome set right here. It's called Bauer's Beasts. It is by Hot Wheels Collectibles. And at the front, this yellow car right here is called the Go-Mad. It is a Chevy Nomad with 4 Hemi V8s. And at the back, which is my favorite, is the torqued off Peterbilt semi-truck with 2, I was about to say 4, that would be crazy, with 2 Allison engines, Allison Aircraft engines, that is. But yeah, super cool set. I didn't pay the asking price. So, yeah, I'd say that that's a good deal. Whenever you get to pay something that's less than the asking price, that's good. Now over here, a bit of an unusual bunch here is some 1/64th scale Greenlight products. Here's this Firebird right here. It is a United States Border Patrol, as you can see, which I thought was hugely unusual. Interesting subject matter. I don't know if they were utilized very much. That's the only thing. And right here is something rather obscure. This is a 1970s Chevy Corvette, 78 it looks like, from Dallas, the TV series. Now, I've never heard of this TV series before. I only got it because of this Corvette. I really like the silver stripes on the hood and the license plates on it. If this played any sort of a role in that TV series, let me know. Alright, carrying on. I gotta move things out of the way. This is where things are going to get a little bit crazy. Going off camera, we have these two Hot Wheels character cars by DC Comics. Well, by Hot Wheels, but they're DC Comics characters. We have Wonder Woman right here. Gotta say, it's a really good looking casting with that red and gray paint job and those curves. And then we got the armored Batman from Batman vs. Superman. This is the one that I think is coolest. Now, I could have found these at any grocery store, but when I was at the toy show, I found them and I thought, why not? So, I got them. On the topic of Hot Wheels, we have some more special ones right here. Now, before you judge, this is one of those ones I found that was unusual. This is the Homer. As you can see, it's from The Simpsons. If the card did not give it away already, and the name of the car. Now, from what I know, this car is supposed to be something that was the subject of an episode where Homer designed his own car. And being Homer Simpson, as you can see, it is a stellar piece of beauty. Sarcasm. Continuing on, this one appeals to the gamer in me. This is the Forza Motorsport Alfa Romeo Giulia Sprint. Now, I think they did a really good job with making it era correct and incorporating the Forza logo in it right there. Okay, I hope I have enough space. Okay, nothing got crushed. Now here's some more familiar TV cars over here. We have the Knight Rider Kit Firebird. You might notice that the panels are all popped out and such. That's because this is the Super Pursuit mode. Haven't seen enough of that to know what that means. And then, of course, anyone recognizes this van. This is the A-Team van, a GMC Vendura. This is easily one of the best models of this particular car. Of course, they can't use the name A-Team van on the casting, but it's clearly the A-Team van. Alright. I'm gonna have to make a clean slate now and showcase some of the others. Alright, so now that the slate is cleaned by the power and magic of editing, we are now continuing on. This time we are going to Matchbox. Starting off with this old 1993 Dodge Dakota pickup truck. At least the package was dated 93. I don't know if the casting's dated otherwise. But this is when Tyco owned Matchbox. So do with that what you will. I think it's a pretty cool casting. It's something you'd see here in Michigan. And look at that roll bar. Excuse me about the bubble popping there. Can't really do anything about that. On the topic of Matchbox, we've got some new models over here. Well, not really new models, but new enough. So here is a Dodge Ram police car. Police truck, I should say. This particular one is decorated with the U.S. National Parks Forest Ranger livery. It's a really cool casting. Love the way Matchbox does their stuff. They've really ramped up their game in recent years, I gotta say. Another sort of older model is this Toyota Tacoma. Or is it a Toyota Tacoma? Yeah, it's a Toyota Tacoma lifeguard truck. This one's supposed to be a San Diego Fire and Rescue livery. Pretty cool, I must say. Not the coolest, but it's pretty cool. Alright, over yonder we have the Swift Shuttle, which is like an airport bus, as you can see. Pretty generic. My hand's in camera. But yeah, not a lot of people like the generic stuff. I can see that, but I have a soft spot for them, so yeah. Now we are venturing into the new stuff. Right here, getting two at a time now. This right here is the brand new Toyota Tacoma, which, as you can see, is pretty well made. It even has a detachable tent on the top of it. Over here is an older model, but is a new variation of it. This is the Cropmaster vintage tractor. I gotta say, I like that. That's cool. And then we have 1951 Hudson Hornet Police. That is just... This is the embodiment of what I like from Matchbox. Just an older police car. Not necessarily a licensed livery, but something that's era correct. See, it's got lights on the grill there. And it's a four-door, which is pretty unusual. Not unusual for a police car, but for a die-cast vehicle. Most people would like to have two doors. And then we have this. This is a Volkswagen double cab pickup. An 80s model, as you can see, like based off of the Vanagon. Actually, what is it precisely called? Volkswagen Transporter cab. Okay. Nothing's in the bed. I believe there was another version of it that had some stuff in the bed. But yeah, moving on, we got some Hot Wheels. Some newer ones, that is. Now, this is one of the creams of the crop right here. This is the Yellow Submarine, if the packaging didn't give it away already. Now, I've never heard the song before, and I've never seen the movie, but I know it's very, very famous. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate comments now that I said that. And then I said I'd never seen it. Over here is the new Furious 7 Charger. This one's pretty neat because it actually has shock absorbers on it. So if you were to say, take it out of the box and then put it on the ground, you could actually press down and it has shock absorbers, which is pretty cool. Otherwise, it's a pretty cool casting from a pretty famous movie scene. On the topic of 2017, we have the Falcon Tire Toyota off-road pickup truck. I gotta say, this is a really cool phone. But yeah, that was the phone ring. Oh geez, it just hit the camera. Anyways, this is a really cool livery for this truck. Very fitting. I always loved the Falcon Tire livery. You can see the blue and the green. Pretty good. Anyways, putting it over here. Readjusting the camera. There. Alright. And then right here is one of my personal favorites of this year. The Volkswagen Käfer Racer. I think it's supposed to be like a Group 5 race car. As you can see, it's a Volkswagen Beetle, but with a crazy body kit on it. Whenever they introduce a new Volkswagen, it's usually really cool. And this is no exception. Over here, we have the Roller Toaster. It is a 24 Hours of Lemons inspired car. It's a parody of the 24 Hours of Le Mans. A little lever back here actually puts the toast up and down. Or, I should say the toast up and down. But yeah, I like this one. This one's pretty cute. Cute is really the only word I can describe it. It also kind of looks like one of those old wheel standers. You know what I mean? Like, it's got that build to it. Another vehicle over here that appeals to the gamer in me. The new 2017 Hot Wheels Warthog from Halo. It's kind of a title right there. All that can really be said is that it's the Warthog and it's from Halo. So I think that'll definitely be a pretty hot seller. Now, this is another cream of the crop. This is the cream of the crop. Forget all the others. This right here, the Fairlady 2000, that is a super cool casting. It's a classic Japanese sports car built into a race car, as you can see. Yeah, the color configuration is pretty interesting too. The maroon stripe and the weird pale yellow color. Almost looks beige. Beige. There goes my English again. And concluding the new stuff, we have the Sky Dome. This is a generic Hot Wheels creation. The hood, well, not the hood, but the glass dome that you see right here, the clear plastic, actually lifts off of the car. And I like it. They usually come up with some cool concepts. Hot Wheels does, that is. Moving away from the basic line stuff, I have this right here, a Hot Wheels Red Line Long Gone. This is a series they introduced in 2015 or 2016. I like the Long Gone casting, so I got it. It was there before, the seller had it, but I decided to get it this time around. I'm moving the whiteboard. It's not good. Moving on, we have these three right here. All from the same Hot Wheels Car Culture Track Day series. Now, these alone are super cool, but there's also two Porsches that come with it that I didn't get. But yeah, starting off, we have this 1970 Chevy Chevelle race car. I believe it's based off of a short track car. Got some decals here and there. Put it down over there. I have a Volkswagen Karmann Ghia. This is my favorite of the bunch, the Guillotine, as you can see. These, of course, the track day cars, and all the car culture cars, in fact, have real riders, which are plastic wheels with rubber tires. Then we have the Datsun 510. This is the best. This is the best version of it, right here. This color and this deco definitely looks like something you'd see racing back in the day. And to conclude the crazy finds that I found at the toy show, art is the new Hot Wheels Car Culture Redline segment. Redliners, I should say. Starting off, we have the Copo Camaro. Really cool blue and white color configuration, as you can see. This is kind of one of those castings that slipped under the radar for me. It was introduced in 2011, but I think this color variation really makes it pop. It looks like something that would come from the factory like that. Then we have the Magnus Walker Urban Outlaw Charger, which is super cool. He's known more for Porsches, but I guess he's made a Charger. Who knew? And then we have the Corvette Racer. It is a Stingray, as you can see. It has a roll cage, so it's convertible. So that's pretty cool. They made this casting for the 2016 mainline, but I decided to wait until this version came out because it's much cooler. But yeah, that should conclude the finds that me and my dad found at the toy show. Yeah. If you like this video and would like to see more videos like this, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe. You could do all of them, or you could do one of them. Either way, it really helps me out. But yeah, other than that, I will see you all on the flip side.